All right, let's talk about one of the most unique journeys in sports history. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of a man whose path to basketball superstardom was, well, unlike any other. The one and only David Robinson.
I mean, think about it for a second. How does a Navy officer become an NBA legend? It honestly sounds like the start of a bad joke, right? But it's the real-life story of one of the greatest centers to ever play the game. And it's a story that starts not on some famous blacktop court, but at the United States Naval Academy.
You see, to really get who David Robinson is, you have to start with that legendary nickname, the Admiral. This wasn't some clever marketing gimmick cooked up by a shoe company. Nope, this was a title he earned long before he was a household name. That's right, the Admiral was a direct nod to his actual military service. Before he was an NBA player, he was Lieutenant Junior Grade David Robinson. He was committed to his country first, and that fact would end up shaping everything about the man and the player he was about to become. You know, his time in the Navy wasn't just about fulfilling an obligation. It was the crucible where his entire foundation, both physical and mental, was built. That intense discipline, that strength training, it would all translate directly to the basketball court in a huge way. And listen, we are not talking about basic training here. Robinson went through elite Navy SEAL-style conditioning. This is the kind of stuff that forges an unbelievable work ethic and a level of physical power that, frankly, very few guys in the NBA could ever hope to match. And as if his story wasn't unique enough, get this, he had this unbelievable physical transformation while he was there. He walked into the Naval Academy already tall, at 6'7", or about 201 centimeters. But by the time he graduated, he had shot up to a towering 7'1", that's 216 centimeters. A growth spurt like that late in life, it's practically unheard of. So, after he completes his 2 years of active duty, Robinson finally arrives in the NBA. And he didn't just, fit in. He immediately took the entire league by storm. It was something to see. Just look at the resume. His trophy case really says it all. Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, League MVP, and he topped it all off with 2 NBA championships. This shows you he was the complete package, a guy who could dominate you on both ends of the floor. And if you want a perfect example of his scoring ability, look no further than the very last day of the 1994 season. The scoring title was on the line, and what does Robinson do? He goes out and drops an absolutely ridiculous 71 points to clinch the crown. It was just a massive statement performance. But here's the thing. He was so much more than just a scorer. He pulled off one of the rarest feats in all of sports, the quadruple-double. It's the ultimate testament to just how versatile and dominant he was in every single part of the game. So what does that even mean? It means he hit double digits in four different stats in one game: points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. To put that into perspective for you, this has only happened a handful of times in the entire history of the NBA. It's just legendary stuff. And of course, his greatness wasn't just an NBA thing. He stood shoulder to shoulder with absolute legends. We're talking Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, as a key part of the original Dream Team. Arguably the greatest sports team ever put together. But really, Robinson's story would be totally incomplete if we only talked about basketball. His impact off the court was every bit as significant as what he did on it. This is what truly defined the man. He was deeply committed to his community. He didn't just lend his name to a cause, he invested his heart, his soul, and his own money, millions of it, to found the Carver Academy and give kids in San Antonio a world-class education. This was his passion. So few athletes get to write their own ending, but the Admiral, he sure did. In his very last season, playing alongside a young Tim Duncan, he won his second NBA title and then walked away from the game right then and there, on top. A truly perfect farewell. So when you put it all together, the military service, the on-court dominance, the community leadership, you get a legacy that is just truly one of a kind. There's no one else like him. His number, 50, hangs forever in the rafters in San Antonio. And it's so much more than just a retired jersey. It's a symbol for an entire franchise, for an entire city that was built on the foundation of character and excellence that he established. Ultimately, David Robinson just redefined what a superstar athlete could be. He proved that you could reach the absolute pinnacle of success while also being a pillar of integrity and a true leader in your community.
And it kind of leaves us with this final thought, doesn't it? Is an athlete's true legacy defined by trophies or by the lives they change? With David Robinson, we see this incredibly rare case, where the answer just might be both. He collected all the hardware, but his real, lasting legacy might just be the standard he set and the lives he changed along the way.